Pretty big topic right here. New data from the Georgia State University's Economic Forecasting Center shows the Peach State added roughly 42,000 jobs last year. But that was down from 66,000 in 2023. And this year's expectation is just under about 34,000. But the same report also points to a rebound ahead, fueled by data centers, defense contracts, and aerospace growth. Time to go inside the numbers here. We got Rajeev Dhawan. He's the director of the Georgia State Economic Forecasting Center. Welcome to the show, Rajeev.
Thank you for having me, Chesley.
Absolutely. You describe the economy as enduring some real hits. What stands out to you as the big driver for the slowdown right now?
See, right now, jobs that require a college degree, which means you work in a corporate side or in IT or in a B2B company, and these three sectors combined make up for like 25% of the employment base, they have not added jobs since last 18 months. Let me repeat this thing. These three sectors combined, where the young graduates like to go to work, where the middle class bread and butter is, all the white collar middle management jobs, they have not added jobs in the last 18 months. We've been having jobs in the sectors which are unfortunately are not that well paying, like in hospitality or healthcare and health home aides. So it's a kind of like a mixed economy. When it comes to the firepower for the spending, when it comes to young graduates coming out of the colleges, getting a job, whether it's the IT field or in the corporate side, they're having a very tough time.
So a lot of the graduates coming out, you're saying, and not finding jobs, are they forced to these jobs that you talk about that are not as quote unquote sexy?
Yes, I mean, there was an article in New York Times where this person with a computer science degree was working at Chipotle. I mean, that's a very horrible issue, but it happens. But what I'm saying is that when you were coming, if you have graduated in the last 6 months or even the last 1 year, you are not getting too many bites for the kind of jobs that you want. Unlike 2 years ago, when people, before they could graduate, they had a job offer. So this is what the problem is. There are other parts of the economy that are doing well. I mean, if you're working in like in data centers, if you are like a provider for the HVAC services or construction services for the data centers, which are a booming thing right now, both in construction and other stuff, they seem to be outside of the periphery of the Atlanta metro area. I'm talking about 30 miles from downtown.
Right.
That's where the action is. So if you are graduating and you live in Smyrna Midtown, it's going to be hard for you to be getting to those kind of jobs. Plus they are construction type jobs. And number two is it's a very different setup. All this AI stuff, when we put our queries into the Chat GPT or any other program that you can name off, it's a big server running in a data center that is doing the calculations. That is a growth area. There's only one issue over here. In the old days, if you built an office building in the middle of the town, there was a construction multiplier while you were building it. And once you finish, there will be people working in the building, so this good times continue.
Right.
In case of the data centers, there is a lot of construction demand. You have to you have to pour the foundation, you have to build the building, you have to put in the cooling systems, the HVAC, the electrical grid and everything. And once it's done, it takes only a few people to run it. So it just stops. But at least while it's being constructed, it's a great boon for those small counties.
Yeah. Is Georgia's economy in a better position than other southern states right now?
Depends upon which southern state you will compare to. If you compare it to North Carolina, Tennessee, we are pretty much the same ballpark, maybe a little bit better than Tennessee. If you go down to Florida, where there is a big tourism industry and there is a lot of internal tourism going on, and also there is a flight of people, you know, the retirees come in to retire to Florida, but also on the tax basis, if you're leaving your high-tech states in Northeast, you're gravitating towards Florida. That kind of a boom is there. And there was a bit of a Miami boom where people were moving from New York and other places. That was a big one last year, but I think it's beginning to peter out over there.
Gotcha. All right, Rajeev Dhawan, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate the insight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take care now.